Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today, well, I hit my peak MMR of 11,346. We're on our way to 12k, we're on our way to winning the next TI, which I definitely will. But today I want to go over an offlane game. So I'm an offlane main, for all of you guys who don't know. I specialize, I'll show you guys my hero grid right now. The main heroes I've been playing as of late is Kunkka, Brewmaster, Timbersaw, Alchemist, Dragonite. I have a few other heroes in here. Oh, and Batrider. I've been playing quite a bit of Batrider, what I call Shit Rider. I like banning this hero. I don't like playing against Batrider. It's like really not fun. Okay, so the main thing that I like to prioritize in my main playstyle is playing heroes with good wave shove, right? When I play DK with Manta, Brewmaster with Radiance, Alchemist, Radiance, Timbersaw, insta-kills waves, Kunkka, all of the heroes, they farm a lot and they kill a lot of waves. And this is kind of like a big thing that I make sure if I'm going to play a hero, it has this. And I'm able to really be consistent with my gameplay. And it's really helped me explode in MMR and get to, I don't know exactly what I'm at, 140 in Europe, right? So this is the best region. I'm rank 140. So without further ado, let's get into this game. I'm going to explain all the decisions I made in this Kunkka match. This was a really back and forth match. Couple of throws, couple of mistakes that I made as well that I want to talk to you guys about too. And hopefully just help you guys get better at Dota. So, all right, before we get into the main part of the video, I do want to let you guys know that I'm not only posting videos here on YouTube, I also frequently post videos on the website. If you don't know what I'm talking about, almost every single day, I'm posting a new video to the GameLeap website. We're going to teach you guys in depth about how to get to the next level. So if you want to become absolutely broken, click the link down below and sign up. First things first, this first wave went really well. The Luna, in my opinion, made a mistake. She blocked where one of the creeps went ahead. And what this accomplishes for Luna is that the lane will push into her. But I don't really care. I'm not really trying to get the lane back. I don't think getting the lane back is going to even let me pressure the Luna. And so all it really ends up accomplishing here is it gives me a creep advantage. And immediately this creep advantage comes into play because she messes up, gives me the first deny. Like, this guy laned terrible, to be honest. Yeah, he laned terrible. Then I'm able to Tidebringer the range, pull aggro on the next melee, CS it. And then also I have the option now to bait this guy. He's tanking 2 melees. Like, he completely griefed this first wave and I took advantage of it, right? Got perfect CS. And now these 2 creeps are hitting him and I can pull aggro off of this range at any point, right? I can take the aggro of this melee so this creep won't die at any point so he can't Lucent Beam. And now he's basically screwed, right? It's either give up the range or like be put in a weird spot. Yeah, I mean, he has no real solution. So I'm able to deny the range here after getting the CS and we're feeling good, right? We're feeling really good. Contest that creep as well, so he didn't get 2 of the CS in that wave, and we're off to a good start. All right, moving on ahead to the 5-minute mark, a couple things that happen that are really good here. So I get a really early phase boots because I got a kill on the Venge in this lane, and I have extremely good CS. I have 28 at minute 440, right? That's like super good, because usually what I tell you guys is try to get 25 by 5. So I'm having a really good lane here. Now, another thing that I did is, instead of buying a second Bracer, I bought Blades of Attack plus Tangos. It's about the same cost. Now, Bracer is a much better laning item than Blades of Attack, right? Just for a bit of context, like Bracer, it gives basically the same damage, but it also gives a ton of stats, right? So Bracer is way better than Blades of Attack. So why in the world would you not buy the second Bracer? Well, the reason why I don't like buying the second Bracer is it's not necessarily the best in the mid game, right? What I mean by that is I want to be buying Wand because I think Wand is just a broken item and helps Kunkka with his mana problems. And I want to buy Windlace because I just think Windlace, I've been saying this in all my videos, I think it's a broken item. You combine especially Windlace with Phase Boots, these items have a lot of synergy, right? Phase Boots, you get that percentage amp that obviously amps off the Windlace. Obviously, it's only 18% amp of 25 movement speed isn't crazy, but it all adds up, right? And you end up getting around the map, getting from camp to camp, just whatever you're trying to do much faster, it makes a big difference. So instead of going that second Bracer like a lot of players do, I buy an extra set of Tangos, right? And I buy Blades of Attack. And it kind of like, the extra set of Tangos helps out, right? It makes the difference. Another thing that I've been doing well in my games that has really helped me a lot is I've been super aware of the enemy 5, right? Especially when I'm playing like Brewmaster or Batrider or Kunkka, I have a lot of control, right? I have, Flame Break, or I have X, I have Cinder Brew, whatever it is, right? I have one of these spells. Like for instance here, I'm pulling the wave back, which honestly, I probably shouldn't at this point. I should probably just kill it and side pull to farm. But as I'm doing this, like, I'm buying items and I'm watching the Venge. You can see, like, my brain is like CS, but immediately when this guy steps out of position, I'm like, I have phase boots, right? And this is the benefit of these early phase boots. They allow me to also come over for kills like this, right? I see the Venge out of position. my Rubik's a good player, so even without me saying anything, he lifts, right? He sees me as well. I see him, he sees me. And this is a sign of high MMR players, right? It's the awareness, very, very good awareness of their teammates. And yeah, we're able to run over, X marks, hit the combo, nothing crazy from there, and Rubik gets the kill. Okay, so the next part of the game is actually where I think I'm weakest as a player. So there's a lot of options. When you have a good lane, like I'm pretty good at laning, so I tend to have a good lane. And the game, I mean, I'm either like just, if I'm playing Brewmaster, I'm just farming Radiance, so that's pretty easy. But like, when I'm playing Brew and Bat and Kunkka, like these types of heroes that have good early game spells and Primal Split and Ghost Ship and Lasso, I'm often bad at finding these early opportunities. And instead, I rely just basically purely on efficiency to have strong impact in the mid game. Like, there's a lot of different ways you can play Dota. Obviously, there's like a best way, but it's really hard to know exactly what that is. So my main tendency is just to stack the large camp. Like, every time I take this tower or I have a good lane, I just spam stack the large camp. Because when you do this, obviously it gives you a lot of farm. It will give me a neutral item eventually, right? So I want a neutral item. I didn't get one, which is really unlucky because I killed a ton of camps. So as Kunkka, like, you farm a ton of neutrals. Whatever, unlucky. But now, right, when I stack pull this camp, it's not only going to potentially deny the wave, which I think I could have put more of a priority on denying these creeps. Did I? Yeah, like, I probably should have denied these creeps. This is pretty cringe. This is cringe speed Dota. But yeah, it lets me farm a stack, it pulls the wave back. If I'm good, it denies more creeps, and it also pulls the next lane to here, right? So I get to farm the next wave immediately as well. It's very efficient, and plays like this enable you to get to high MMR because you're going to hit your timings much faster than your opponents. However, I've kind of hit my timing at this point of the game, and this is where I feel like I'm just not really watching the map, right? Because you'll see, I have full resources, I have Blade Mail, right? I have my item completed, I've hit my timing. It's a great Blade Mail game against Darkseer, it's good against Void Spirit, it's very good against Luna, it's fine against Tiny if I see the Avalanche coming, right? And I see them diving my tower, and it should just be a TP, right? Like, I should just TP. It's not always a situation where you should, but like, my Puck TPs, and if my Puck's gonna TP, I also have to TP. Like, if Puck decides to TP mid, I think it's totally fine for me to ignore top and continue to farm. But once I see my mid laner commit his TP, I should go, right? Because I need to enable the play. And the Luna's not here, and the Luna actually chased me. I was wondering why she was chasing me. I realize now, she was trying to cancel my TP because she thought I would TP top. Like, me being stupid, I didn't even look top. And as I said, you might be like, how in the world is that possible, Speed? Like, you're so AFK and you're like top 100. And it's because I'm once again, you can see for these first 10 minutes, I'm top net worth. It's not like what I'm doing is terrible, right? Like, I've had a dominant early game due to good mechanics and, you know, stack pulling and just getting perfect CS and things like this. But like, missing opportunities like this, where now we lose the tower, it's pretty cringe. And there is an upside to not rotating, which is that I'm going to put pressure on Luna, and I'm going to get a ton of very reliable gold. Look, this guy blocked my stack with an illusion. That was crazy. I was like, wow, I've never had anyone do that to me before. I've had people like, good players will like block this with a sentry, but I've never seen that. Not like a mid laner. So I ended up just farming up a storm, and honestly, I think at this point I make a bit of a mistake. It's hard to say because it's sort of like the TP top where you don't know exactly how it's going to go. Fights are a lot more unpredictable than farming, right? Farming is very straightforward, most games. So we end up smoking mid. I was really close to Ags, and it's questionable to take a fight like this when you're this close to a major item, right? And this is like a really early Ags. I mean, I have some crazy amount of farm. But yeah, we smoke in the triangle, we saw the Luna there, and we knew they were bottom, so in order to respond to this, they'd have to TP. So we end up killing the Luna, like, very clean, quick kill. Unfortunately, I actually think this fight would have been really easy if my Puck didn't die. Like, my Puck played this fight really cringe, where like, as Puck, you're supposed to just click orb. I don't know why he didn't send an orb defensively. Like, when you're playing Puck guys, like, go in, click W, Q to a defensive area, and then do it again in 10 seconds or whatever, right? But now he just dies because this Void Spirit was having a god game. He's crushing my Puck. So he had a super early Orchid. So he killed my Puck with that. And my Puck didn't get off orb or coil. Which I think this play, like, that's why Dota's a weird game, right? It's like, this place probably looks good if my Puck gets off coil. Like, the Void Spirit would just be dead there. He wouldn't be able to dissimilate her. You know what I mean? So, I don't think this play is bad necessarily. I could have maybe waited for my timing, but like, we saw the Luna top on a ward. We saw them bottom. I think it's a good move. The next play I made, I think, was really, really good. So, they ended up killing my Rubik mid. So I showed up, I boated the Tiny. but I got silenced by an Orchid, so I couldn't pull him back. It was a good outplay from the enemy, and honestly, it was a waste of time for me. Like, definitely, we got outplayed. Now, from there, I actually felt that I could bait. My whole team was mid, and I had my Torrent Storm, right? And I'm like, okay, if I get gone on, I'm pretty sure I don't die. I have 2.2k HP, I have Blade Mail, I have a Wand. Like, I was pretty sure if they went on me, I wouldn't die. Like, I just didn't think I would die. And so I ended up getting gone on here. I popped my Blade Mail, and the Blade Mail, like, is very important to react like this, right? I instantly react with my instant button. If I instantly react with Torrent Storm, there's a good chance I die here, right? Because, well, Torrent Storm, it's just not instant. It has a cast animation. So we react with the Blade Mail instantly. I actually, did he have Orchid? Oh, it was on cooldown. I was gonna say, why didn't he Orchid me? He probably should have Orchided me here. Pretty cringe of him to let me get off Torrent Storm. Yeah, because I get off my, they go on me, they can't kill me. I hit a 2-man Torrent and a Torrent Storm, and then they all die. Okay, so upcoming here was my best call of the game. We actually lost a couple fights in a row, which I didn't show you guys because I never make mistakes, so those bad fights actually didn't happen. But essentially, what happened here was just a numbers advantage, right? We're pushing in lanes, and this is why, like, I can't stress this enough. This is just why I like Kunkka and Brewmaster, because I'm so tanky that, like, they'd have to have a very specific amount of heroes to kill me, right? I'm not afraid of Luna. I'm not afraid of Darkseer. I'm not afraid of Void Spirit alone. I'm not afraid of Tiny. Like, they basically need 4 heroes to kill me reliably here. And this is what I like so much about Kunkka. And to be fair, I'm farmed, so, like, if I was having a worse game, that's not necessarily the case. But even if my game is, like, slightly worse, they'd still need three heroes, minimum, right? But now, I take the X marks to spot movement speed. I personally don't get why people take the other one, like, because you don't take your 10 talent until level 16, and people will still take Tidebringer slows. And I think, like, if you take Tidebringer slows at level 10, it's okay, but later on, it's just trash. Like, this X marks movement speed is really good, because you click it and you zoom to the wave, you click your torrent and you one-shot the wave, and it's just so good, right? I can put this pressure, I can kind of like bait someone to go bottom, and look what happens. I'm always so firm on like just pushing the waves. It gets you a lot of gold, it gets you a lot of map control, and it baits people to make these bad decisions. Like Darkseer's like, oh, bot wave, oh, gold, I need a gold, let me farm some gold. And then what do I say? I say to my team, well, I think I draw a circle on the map. Do I draw a circle? I knew I drew something around here. I don't know when. Yeah, okay, you can see it there. It doesn't pull up in the replay, but I like did a circle around Darkseer. I was like telling my team, like, their Darkseer's bottom. Like, fight them. And I think they had a ward on me here. Yeah, they did. I was like, why are they running straight at me? It was kind of lucky that they ran at me. This ward from them actually got them all killed. Because they end up going on me here, but once again, it's really hard to kill me. They like try to make this cringe all-in play on me, but they miss. I get off a Torrent Storm. And yeah, when you mess up and you all in a Kunkka, you get hit with the storm. And I feel so bad for support players because you go this Bloodstone, so you get the AoE bonus on the Torrent. So the Torrent is just like freaking huge. And then like look at this Venge in this team fight. It's like so sad. I actually feel bad. He gets hit by a Torrent. He's like trying to cast swap or some shit. And then he gets hit by another Torrent. He like nearly gets solo killed. He takes half his health in Torrents. Same thing with the Tiny. I love this Kunkka hero. It's just so funny. It's so funny. Like I have a team. There's a team fight later on. I literally was laughing while I was like watching the replay. Like this time. And he's like, oh, all right, I'm kiting out. Nope. I actually carried this fight so hard. It was crazy. That's what I mean. You hit your timings, you know what I mean? Hit your timings. I see that the Darkseer's not there. Like, look, he started sprinting across the map. He's like, shit, I'm not there, guys. But the enemy team is bad. They took a fight anyway. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. You know, they messed up too, right? The Darkseer made a mistake, then they doubled down on the mistake, and then, you know, you get punished. So the next fight here, this is another little flex fight, but it shows off an important concept, which is like vision. And also when people get a kill, when people get a pick off, they get really like horny, essentially. They're like, all right, we're going to kill them all. And a lot of the time, even with 4 heroes, if you get the right positioning, you can kill them. So this was an example of this where like they kill my Puck. It's like, okay, they killed my Puck. Not good. They're on my Bane. It looks terrible, right? But the enemy team is trash enough to just like completely clump up. And I had a feeling they would do something stupid like this. It was just complete intuition. I'm like, all right, they're going to chase like psychos. Because they're like, oh, the fight's over. We caught the Puck and we caught the Bane. Like, they're not going to fight. But using this, right, I get this 3-man boat torrent, right? Hit them with a 3-man boat into a 3-man torrent. And unfortunately, it didn't hit the Luna, or the fight would have been giga easy because she would have just died here, or come close to dying. Then we get the Torrent Storm, and like, once again, the Venge doesn't even get to interact before dying. The Void Spirit nearly dies. I got an X on him, so he ends up going down here. And yeah, we just turned the fight. Like, that was a huge play. That was super huge. And it was just using the simple idea of like, okay, they might get over aggressive. And like, worst case scenario, if my boat doesn't hit them, or like I don't hit the combo, I'll click Torrent Storm and I'll try to run. You know what I mean? Like, I'll try to just use the time it buys to run. That was my thought process as well. All right, so the next 10-ish minutes of this game are arguably, in my opinion, the most important parts of this game, because it shows a couple of things that have really enabled me to gain MMR that you guys can just copy, right? They're an easy copy. First things first, we're going to take a fight bottom shortly. It's another one of those shit fights. We shouldn't have taken a fight. It's just dumb. Our Wind Ranger gets picked off. This is our hard carry. We should not fight. But we decide to anyway. This is stupid. Like, the odds we win a fight, they're not going to get caught off guard here. I can't hit a 3-man boat torrent because they're not funneling down a hill like they did in that mid area, right? So I'm not going to be able to get some major outplay. Like, sure, my Torrent Storm, they're all clumped up. It's going to be a good Torrent Storm, but it's just not enough. However, I make the good awareness play, and they maybe could have canceled this because I didn't perfectly stack it, but they didn't. And it's really important that I don't die here. A lot of people would just be like, whatever, my team sucks, I'm dead. You know what I mean? But you stay locked in, and my mentality, this is the most important part, my mentality, which has saved me time and time again in these hard games, is always make the best play, no matter how bad the game is. And even when I'm like, I know the game is over, I'm like, okay, this game is literally over, I will still, just out of principle, make the best play. So what do I mean by that? Team is dead, I will just try to go hit my next timing. You may be like, why, right? They're gonna go take your racks. I'm not just gonna sit in the base. Most people would just sit in the base and like be like, okay, I'll toss out some torrents or whatever. It's not gonna really do anything, right? But instead, I can work towards my eventual refresher. I'm not close, but it's my best possible play. I'm not gonna defend the base. I'm not gonna defend a tier 2 with my team dead. I will just make the best possible play. And now I end up working towards this refresher. And right now, it has no impact. They take a racks. It's like, okay, we're 15k behind. We're probably gonna lose, right? I don't even think for the next fight I have my refresher. I'm pretty sure the next fight I don't even have it, right? So it literally, like, this span of time, this 2 minutes, where I make the best possible play and I farm like 2k gold or something, it does nothing for this next fight. But the game continues on because they make a mistake here. We end up taking a really good team fight, right? The Luna goes up the hill. They just get Torrent Stormed shortly, like, they just get cooked by the Kunkka in classic fashion. I think their Darkseer messes up too or something. The Void Spirit, yeah, I almost died here, I remember. So I get my BKB off, I almost died. I died way faster than I thought. Like, when I clicked BKB, I'm like, oh, I'm chilling. But the Luna, like, especially with her shard, cooked me up. But yeah, they get zoned out by Torrent Storm. Tiny can't blink in because the Torrents do damage even if you don't get hit by them. They do damage in the area. So, like, they get zoned out. Their Void Spirit overcommits. So this guy like sucks and dies. These guys get zoned out, and now they get stuck, right? They couldn't get out of our base. Like, the Luna got slept, and they just get kited and kited and kited. Right? It was pretty easy from here on out. Like, they just couldn't leave. Just X. Like, the Luna should have ran here, but she didn't. They tried to fight, which I understand. I actually can see why they did. I guess we double bought back, to be fair. They also mega bought back. But okay, let me skip ahead now. This fight's like over. We just keep kiting them. But now I have my refresher, right? Because after that fight ends, now I have a completed refresher. Just all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like, because I decided to make the best possible play, I have this completed very important item, right? And now I can go for some sort of combo if I need to. I think I refresh here, I assume. Oh no, I didn't think I needed it. I bet I do once they start buying back. But the point being is that these little differences, these little optimizations can change the entire game, because now in this next team fight, like, they get absolutely cooked. The game we could have lost. We're throne exposed, no glyph. Like, we had no glyph here. I remember because I pinged, I'm like, fight early. Like, I don't communicate much in these pubs. I say like almost nothing unless I think it's really important, which I honestly think is the best way to go about things. That's like another tip. But I'm telling my team, fight early. Like, just fight early. I had buyback, so if I got gone on, it's not the end of the world. I just didn't want to let them all in the throne, because honestly, they could have. Like, I was like, shit. If they knew we had no glyph, they could have just YOLO'd our throne. So I was trying to like break a smoke and just go on them here. But they end up running up the hill. They just get completely Kunka'd. Like, this Refresher Bloodstone Torrent is some of the most broken shit in the game. Like, look at this. Literally, they can't play the game. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say this. They actually can't move. Like, look at the Venge and the Tiny. They actually just can't move. Stunned, stunned, stunned. Oh, I'm free. Oh, stunned. Oh, stunned, stunned, stunned. Oh my god. And then, oh, then they cut our waves here. So we went to go throne them. They cut our waves and we just backdoored the throne. I was like, oh my god, that was a crazy game, right? Crazy game. And I call these plus 50 games, right? The reason why I call these plus 50 games, it's like, let's say you're going to lose 25 MMR, but you clutch up. Now you're plus 25. So instead of losing 25, you're gaining 25. It's a plus 50. This is a plus 50 game, you know what I'm saying? Because we have good mentality, we stay locked in. All right, that was a pretty long video, but hopefully you guys learned a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you are inspired to play a little bit Kunkka. It's not the easiest hero, but the scaling is so strong. So just make sure you scale and you're going to have a good time. But all right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bet 'em out. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the Game Leap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.